Good morning, students. Today in this session we will start with our miscellaneous exercise of chapter number 5 from question number 11, that is d by dx of x raised to x square minus 3 plus x minus 3 raised to x square. So we have to differentiate this given function. We will write in the exponential form as e raised to x square minus 3 into log x plus e raised to x square into log of x minus 3. Differentiating both this term separately, we get e raised to x square minus 3 into log x into d by dx of, then differentiation of these two function, d by dx of x square minus 3 into log x plus now e raised to d by dx of this whole function into d by dx of power, that is e raised to x square into log of x minus 3 into d by dx of x square into log of x minus 3. Here we are going to use fx into gx. So the next step is we will get x raised to x square minus 3, or you can write in the same manner in the exponential form into x square minus 3 constant differentiation of log x plus log x constant differentiation of x square minus 3 plus now we will keep this term as it is, that is x raised to x square minus 3, or in the exponential form also we can write, then d by dx of x minus 3 by x plus 2x into log x. Next step, simplifying further, we get x raised to x square minus 3 into x square minus 3 by x plus 2x into log x plus x minus 3 raised to x square into x square upon x minus 3 into d by dx of x minus 3 plus 2x into log of x minus 3. d by dx of x minus 3 gives 1. So we get x raised to x square minus 3 into x square minus 3 by x plus 2x into log x plus x minus 3 raised to x square into x square upon x minus 3 into 1 plus 2x into log of x minus 3. So this is our final answer for question number 11. Now question number 12 is to find the dy by dx if y is 12 into 1 minus cos t and x equal to 10 into t minus sin t. If we see this sum carefully, we can see that x and y both are depending on the variable t. So we need to differentiate these two with respect to t, and t, the interval is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so differentiate with respect to t, we get dy by dt equal to d by dt of 12 into 1 minus cos t. That is, differentiation of this will give 0 and cos t is minus sin t. So 12 multiplying, we get 12 sin t. So dy by dt equal to 12 sin t. Next step, differentiate the variable y with respect to t and we get dx by dt equal to d by dt of 10 t minus sin t, that is 10 1 minus cos t. Now we have to find dy by dx. So equation 1 divided by 2, that is dy by dt upon dx by dt gives dy by dt, that is 12 sin t upon 10 into 1 minus cos t. Okay, so using a half angle formula, this will be 2 sin t by 2 into cos t by 2 upon 1 minus cos t is 2 sin square t by 2, that is 2 sin square t by 2, one term is cancelled and we get 6 by 5 cot t by 2 where t is not equal to 0. Next question is that we have to find the dy by dx if y equal to sin inverse of x plus sin inverse of under root of 1 minus x square minus 1 less than equal to x less than equal to 1. So we will differentiate with respect to x and we will get as dy by dx equal to differentiation of sin inverse of x with respect to x gives 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square and differentiation of sin inverse under root of 1 minus x square. So this whole term is acting as x. So we know the formula is 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. So in place of x we are going to write 1 minus x. Under root of 1 minus x the whole square will give 1 minus x into d by dx of under root of 1 minus x square. Simplifying, we get 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square plus from here we will get 1 upon under root of x square into differentiation of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So but in place of x we will write 1 minus x square. So we will get 1 upon 2 under root of 1 minus x square into d by dx of 1 minus x square. Next step, 1 upon under root of x square minus x upon, now here it is mod because it was in the root form. So we will write mod of under root of 1 minus x square. So we will get two cases when x is in the interval 0 less than x less than 1. That is mod of x has a value positive x. So differentiation will be 0 because here we will write x, that x will be cancelled, and 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square gives 0. Case 2. In case 2 we'll take the interval for x is minus 1 less than x less than 0, means mod of x has minus of x. In that case, we will get dy by dx as 2 upon under root of 1 minus x square, because this minus minus will be plus. So we'll get 2 upon under root of 1 minus x square. So from case 1 and 2, f dash of 0 is not equal to f dash of 0. Hence y is not differentiable at x equal to 0. Similarly, f dash at minus 1 and f dash at 1 does not exist. Therefore, the y is not differentiable at x equal to plus or minus 1. Next question is question number 14. In this question it is given that x equal to, if x under root of 1 plus y under root of 1 plus x equal to 0, for x is in the open interval minus 1 to 1, we have to prove that dy by dx is minus 1 upon 1 plus x the whole square. So we will start with taking this term on the other side. So we'll get x upon under root of 1 plus y equal to minus y under root of 1 plus x. Squaring on both the sides, just to remove this root, we get x square into 1 plus y equal to y square into 1 plus x. Now differentiating with respect to x, before differentiation we will multiply this x square with the whole term, and over here we will multiply with y square. So we get x square into 1 plus x square y plus y square x. Now we will take this y on the other side and this x square y on this side. Or we can take on both this term on one side and we get x square minus y square plus x square y minus y square x, taking xy common from the second term, and using the formula a square minus b square, we get x minus b, that is a minus b into a plus b. So we'll get x plus y plus xy into x minus y. Taking x minus y common, in next bracket we'll get x plus y plus xy. So x minus y equal to 0 or this term is equal to 0. So if we get x equal to y or y equal to minus x upon 1 plus x. But if we take y equal to x, then this whole term will get x, in place of y we are going to write x. So we get x plus under root of 1 plus x under root of 1 plus x, that is 2x under root of 1 plus x equal to 0. That is x equal to 0 means y is also 0, but for 1 plus x greater than 0. So if y is equal to x, it's true only if xy is equal to 0. Hence y equal to x is not always true. Next case will be minus 1 less than x less than 1. So we will get y equal to minus x upon 1 plus x. Differentiating this whole with respect to x, we get, here we are going to use fx upon gx to find dy by dx. So dy by dx equal to minus, keeping gx constant, that is 1 plus x into dy by dx of x minus x constant dy by dx of 1 plus x upon 1 plus x the whole square. Simplifying further, we get minus of 1 plus x minus x cancel. So we get dy by dx is minus 1 upon 1 plus x square, hence proved. Next question is, if x minus a the whole square plus y minus b the whole square equal to c square. For some c greater than 0, then we have to prove that 1 plus dy by dx the whole square raised to 3 by 2 whole upon y2 is a constant and it is independent of a and b. So first step is to differentiate with respect to x, and we get 2x minus a into d by dx of x minus a plus 2y minus b. We are using the formula x raised to n over here into d by dx of y minus b into d by dx of c square. C square, a and b, they are the constant term. So we get 2 into x minus a into 1 minus 0 plus 2 into y minus b into 1 minus 0 equal to 0. So dy by dx from here will be x minus a dy by dx. So x minus a plus y minus b into dy by dx equal to 0. So dy by dx is minus of x minus a upon y minus b. Now we have to find the second order derivative. So again, using fx upon gx formula, we get d square y by dx square equal to minus gx constant, so y minus b d by dx of fx, that is x minus a minus x minus a into d by dx of y minus b upon y minus b the whole square. Next step, d square y by dx square equal to minus y minus b. Here we'll get 1 minus x minus a into dy by dx upon y minus b the whole square. But here dy by dx, in place of dy by dx we are going to use this value, that is minus of x minus a upon y minus b. Will substitute here, you can see it is substituted. So we get d square y by dx square equal to minus of y minus b the whole square plus x minus a the whole square upon y minus b the whole cube. But x minus a the whole square plus y minus b the whole square is c square. So we get minus c square upon y minus b the whole cube. Now here we are going to substitute the value 1 plus dy by dx. dy by dx has a value minus of x minus a upon y minus b the whole square, and d square y by dx square is this term, that is minus c square upon y minus b the whole cube. Simplifying we get y minus b the whole square plus x minus a the whole square upon minus c square raised to 3 by 2. But this is our c square. So we get c square raised to 3 by 2 upon minus c square, that is minus c, which is independent of a and b. Next, question number 16 is if cos y equal to x cos a plus y with cos of a is not equal to plus or minus 1, then we have to prove that dy by dx is equal to cos square a plus y upon sin a. So we have to prove this. So let us start. X equal to, we will divide this cos y by cos a plus y. Now we will differentiate with respect to y. So we will get dx by dy equal to d by dy of cos y upon cos of a plus y. Now using a formula fx upon gx, so gx constant d by dx of fx minus fx constant d by dx of gx upon gx the whole square, that is cos square a plus y. Next step we'll get, because differentiation of cos y is minus sin y, and differentiation of this will give minus sin of a plus y. So here we'll get the plus sign. So minus of cos a plus y into sin y plus sin a plus y into cos y upon cos square a plus y. Now if you see carefully, this is the formula of sin a cos b minus sin b cos a is expansion of sin a minus b, that is sin a plus y minus y upon cos square a plus y. So we get dx by dy equal to sin a upon cos square a plus y. Now dy by dx will be 1 upon dx by dy. So we get d cos square a plus y upon sin a. Next question is, if x equal to a cos t plus t sin t and y equal to a sin t minus t cos t, we have to find y2, that is d square y by dx square. Okay, so let us start. Here we can see that the two variable x and y, they are depending on the variable t. So we need to differentiate this with respect to t. So dy by dx equal to a is constant d by dt of cos t plus t sin t. Here we'll use product rule. So we get a dt by dt of cos t plus t by dt of t sin t. Differentiation of cos t gives minus sin t. Keeping t constant, differentiation of sin t plus sin t into d by dt of t. That is a minus sin t plus t cos t plus sin t. This sin t is cancelled with this and we get dx by dt as at cos t. Now we'll differentiate y with respect to t and we get dy by dt equal to a constant d by dt of sin t minus t cos t. That is differentiation of this with respect to t minus, here we are going to use fx into gx. So fx constant d by dt of cos t plus gx constant d by dt of t. So we get a into cos t plus t sin t minus cos t. This term is cancelled and dy by dt is at sin t. So we'll divide second equation with first equation and we get dy by dx equal to dy by dt upon dx by dt, that is value is at sin t upon at cos t. This is cancelled, we get tan t. Now we will differentiate again because we have to find y2, that is g square y by dx square. So differentiation of tan t is sec t into d by dt by dx, but dt by dx has a value from equation 1 is at cos t. So we get sec square t upon at cos t, sec cube t upon at. Okay, this is our answer. Next question is, if x greater than 0, then f of x is mod of x cube. Show that double derivative of f of x exists for all real x and we have to find it. Okay, so if x is greater than 0, then mod of x cube will be x cube. So differentiation will get 3x square. If it is less than 0, then we will modulus of x the whole cube will be minus x cube and differentiation will give minus 3x square. And if it is equal to 0, then f dash of x is limit x tends to 0, f of x minus f of 0 upon x minus 0. On RHL side, we will get limit x tends to 0 plus f of x minus f of 0 upon x minus 0. f of x is x cube, mod of x cube, that is x cube upon x is x square, and limit x tends to 0 gives value 0. Now RHL side is f dash of 0 is limit x tends to 0 negative f of x minus f of 0 upon x minus 0, but this will be minus of x cube. So minus of x cube upon x will give minus of x square, that is 0 after extending to 0. So from RHL value and LHL value they are equal to 0. So f dash of x is also 0. So if it is greater than 0, the derivative is 3x square. If it is equal to 0, the derivative is 0. And if it is less than 0, we get minus 3x square. Okay, so if x is greater than 0, double derivative from here we get 6x. If it is less than 0, then we will get minus 6x. And if it is equal to 0, then double derivative is limit x tends to 0, f dash of x minus f dash of 0 upon x minus 0 will be 3x square minus 0 upon x minus 0 is 3x, limit x tends to 0 will give value 0. Now LHL value will be limit, double derivative will be limit x tends to 0, f dash of x minus f dash of 0 upon x minus 0 is 3x square minus 0 upon x minus 0 is 3x minus 3x, limit x tends to 0 will give value 0, and at point 0 it is 0. So double derivative value will get 6x when it is greater than 0, 0 when x is equal to 0, and minus 6x when x is less than 0. Next question is, using mathematical induction, prove that d by dx of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1 for all positive integer n. So we'll suppose that p of n, because we are going to use mathematical induction, p of n is d by dx of x raised to n equal to n into x raised to n minus 1. So taking n equal to 1, d by dx of x raised to 1 is 1 into x raised to 1 minus 0 gives value 1. Okay, so LHS equal to RHS. Therefore, P of 1 is true. Now we will suppose that P of k is true. P of k is true. So P of k plus 1 is d by dx of x raised to k plus 1 equal to k plus 1 into x raised to k minus 1 is true. So we have to prove that d by dx of x raised to k plus 1 equal to k plus 1 x raised to k. Let's start. That is, now we will take the LHS side. So d by dx of x raised to k plus 1 is d by dx of x raised to k into x. Using product rule, x raised to k is constant d by dx of x plus x d by dx of x raised to k. That is x raised to k, d by dx of x is 1 plus x. Now we are going to use x raised to n, that is n, k x raised to k minus 1. So from here we will get the value x raised to k plus k x raised to k, taking x raised to k common, so in bracket we will get k plus 1 x raised to k, that is p of k plus 1 is true. Hence from the principle of mathematical, p of n is true for all n. Next question is, using the fact that the sin a plus b equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b and differentiation, obtain the sum formula for cosine. So we will differentiate both the side with respect to x. So d by dx of sin a plus b equal to sin a constant differentiation of cos b plus cos b constant differentiation of sin a, plus now we are going to use differentiate this cos a sin b. We will get cos a into d by dx of sin b plus sin b constant d by dx of cos a. Okay, so here d by dx of sin a plus b is cos a plus b into d by dx of a plus b. Next step is sin a constant differentiation of cos b gives minus sin b into db by dx plus cos b as it is differentiation of sin b a gives cos b into dA by dx. Same way cos a differentiation of sin b gives cos b into db by dx plus sin b as it is differentiation of cos a is minus sin b dA by dx. Next step is cos a plus b dA by dx plus dB by dx. Here we have differentiate with respect to x equal to. Now we will take whichever term is having dA by dx plus dB by dx common, cos a cos b. So we will take this term and this term together, and taking cos a cos b common, in bracket we will get dA by dx plus dB by dx, and taking common sin a sin b from the first and the fourth term minus sin a sin b, we will get dA by dx plus dB by dx. So we get, now we will take dA by dx plus dB by dx common from these two terms, and we get cos a plus b into dA by dx plus dB by dx equal to dA by dx plus dB by dx into cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. This term is cancelled. So we get cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, that is the expansion of cos a plus b. Next question is, if y equal to determinant form of fx gx hx lmn a b c, then prove that dy by dx equal to determinant of f dash of x, g dash of x, hx, h dash of x, lmn a b c. Okay, so first we will use determinant formula y equal to, we will evaluate this determinant f of x into, now f of x is in the first row and first column, so excluding, we'll take the minor of m and b c. So f of x into minor of m and b c minus g of x minor of l and a c. G of x is lying in the first row and second column, so we will exclude, so l and a c. Now h of x is lying in the first row and third column, excluding that we will get h of x in the minor of l m a b c. Here we are getting, now we will differentiate this with respect to x. Differentiating, we get dy by dx equal to f dash of x minor of m n b c minus g dash of x minor of l n a c plus h dash of x minor of l m a b. Last question of this exercise is, if y equal to e raised to a cos inverse of x, show that. Next question is, if y equal to e raised to a cos inverse of x minus 1 less than equal to x less than equal to 1, show that 1 minus x square into d square y by dx square, that is y2, minus x dy by dx, that is y1, minus a square y equal to 0. So in this question, LHS side, we can see that we have to find the second order derivative, first order derivative and y itself. We will substitute and we will prove that the value is equal to 0. Let's start. dy by dx equal to e raised to a cos inverse of x, d by dx of a cos inverse of x is e raised to a cos inverse of x into d by dx. A is constant and differentiation of cos inverse x is minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. Now this e raised to a cos inverse of x is our y. So y a minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. And this side will get y1, that is dy by dx. Taking cross multiplying y1 into under root of 1 minus x square equal to minus ay. Squaring on the both the side, just to remove this root, we get y1 square, 1 minus x square, a square, y square. Differentiating with respect to x. Now here we can see the two functions are there, so we'll use product rule. y1 square constant dy by dx of 1 minus x square plus 1 minus x square d by dx of y1 square equal to a square d by dx of y square. So we get 1 minus y square, 1 minus x square, then differentiation, this term is 2y1 d by dx of y1 plus y1 square as it is, 1 differentiation 0, x square minus 2x equal to 2a square y dy by dx. Now in place of dy by dx we'll write y1, and differentiation of this y1 is y1 y2. Now we will take 2 y1 common and we get 1 minus x square y2 minus x y1 equal to a square y. Now taking this on the side we get 1 minus x square y2, but in place of y2 we can write d square y by dx square minus x, in place of y1 we can write dy by dx minus a square y equal to 0, hence proved. So here we have finished this chapter. Complete this exercise in your fair book.